afternoon, guys. It's Friday. I pretty much took the day off today, which is I'm actually surprised I got to do. It's been a wild week. I've been extremely busy, and I just kind of wanted a day to myself. But you always end up doing a little something. But what I'm doing here is I'm just going right up the road for a job that I did. I changed out an air handler, and I was called out by a man whose daughter and my sister are best friends, and he's been using some other AC guy for years. And he called me out last Saturday for a no cool at one of his rent houses, and asked me if I could go get it back up and going, because he said he couldn't get in touch with the guy he always uses. So I went out there, and the first thing that I found wrong was it was a 3-ton Lux air condenser with the condenser motor had been replaced. They put a half horsepower 1075 motor on a 3-ton. The diameter of the motor itself was way too long, and it couldn't discharge any air. It was pushing it out through the condenser coil. And when I put the gauges on there, we were running over 300 pounds of head pressure. But we had a really low suction and a really high superheat because the charge was low. But we were still running a really high head pressure, even though the charge was low. So I called in the numbers to the condenser that following Monday, and the motor ended the required motor for that unit was a 1/4 horsepower 850 RPM. So not only did he put the wrong horsepower, but he put the wrong RPM on there. Well, so I tried to get him going with one of those A.O. Smith Universal 4-in-1 motors that I use, and I used an 825, and it was a lot better on the discharge air, but it still wasn't like I wanted it. Some of these units out there, you have to put the OEM motor back on or it will not work. So that's what I ended up doing. Well, and then of course, like I said, we had a low charge. So I went up in the attic and got the bloodhound out, and then we found a leak in the evaporator, and come to find out, anyway, my phone was acting up right there. Anyway, we found a leak in the evaporator, and come to find, and then I'm looking at this unit, man, and this thing is rotten. I wish I could have got video of the change out, but I didn't. This thing was rotten. It was a 1987 Goodman air handler, and I mean, this thing had done its time. It was rotten. So I replaced the air handler, and I'm trying to take this man's business away from that other AC guy, which I don't think I'm going to have a hard time doing. I do want his business because he's got a lot of rental property and stuff like that. So I do want the contract, which is what I am, attempting to do by doing this job correctly, which, I mean, I do all my jobs correctly, but what I'm doing today is we're fixing to pull up. I'm going to double check my charge, make sure it's okay with the new air handler, and I want to also double check that OEM fan motor and make sure we are discharging air like we're supposed to. So we're actually pulling up to the house right now, so let's see. Okay, guys, I caught the unit running. The tenant's not coming to the door, but that sucker is pushing some air now. It is moving the air. That is the OEM fan motor. And listen to how quiet it is. Man, when that half horsepower 1075 motor was on there, y'all should have, I mean, this thing sounded like a big 7.5-ton condenser. I mean, it was unbelievable. But that thing is quiet. It is discharging air straight out the top. There's nothing coming out right here. I'm gonna go run and grab my test hose and see if I can hurry up and put them on there before it cycles off. So y'all just hang in there. Okay, I got them on there before she cut off. And I like the way that looks. Look at that head pressure. That head pressure was 375 the other day with that old motor on there. I like that. I can't get in there to take a wet bub to do superheat or anything, but I mean that might be a little too much, but I don't know. It might be pretty cold in there because she's been running it, so I think that's okay. So man, that's a lot better. That is a lot better than what it was. You can see right there, it's a Lux Air, a piece of junk. Actually, these weren't too bad. When York and Lux Air was making their units like this, they weren't too bad. And we also cleaned it. The condenser coil is clean. It's got the OEM motor, running quiet. Oh yeah, I like the way this came out. I like it a lot. All right, well, I'm gonna take my gauges off and go put them back in the truck, and then maybe I'll see if I can get up in the attic and give y'all a shot of the air handler since the staircase is underneath the carport. Okay guys, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I won't be able to get y'all a shot at the air handler because, ooh, I don't even know if I can see that with the glare. But yeah, you see that car to the right? The staircase is right above that car, and I can't get the staircase down because of that car. So we can't get up in the attic. They're not answering the door. I've done knocked on the back door, carport door, front door. They're not coming to the door. It looks like she is here because that is her car. I don't know if she works nights and she's asleep or what the deal is, but she's not coming to the door. So I'm glad I was able to catch the unit running though. And everything, the pressures look good. Everything looks good. I'm assuming it's doing what it's supposed to be doing because I would have heard from her. Trust me, she would have called. But all right, I just thought I'd share this little checkup with y'all. So now I'm off to the auto parts store, Advanced Auto Parts. We're gonna go get some oil for the old E250 Ford here. She's about due for an oil change. All right, y'all. I appreciate everybody watching, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.